I'm standing in my kitchen, counting breaths the way I learned to do when I was a child no one wanted. 1, 2. The phone vibrates against the marble counter. Unknown number. I already know who it is. I let it ring. Again. Again. On the fourth attempt, a voicemail notification appears. No message yet, just the sound of someone breathing too close to the receiver, like they're afraid silence might expose them. My chest doesn't tighten. That part of me burned out years ago. I pictured them instead, my parents, older now, softer at the edges, sitting somewhere bright and warm, somewhere they chose, somewhere I was never invited. 10 years. That's how long it took for them to remember my number. The voicemail arrives. My mother's voice cracks before she finishes my name. We need help. I don't delete it. I don't listen again. I place the phone face down and feel something unfamiliar settle into me. Not anger. Permission. They didn't abandon me all at once. That's the lie people like to tell. It's cleaner that way. The truth was slower. First, my sister needed more attention. She was fragile. Then she needed a better school. Then they needed a new start, a new city, a new life. Without me. I was 16 when they left me with an aunt who never learned my favorite color and called me temporary. My parents promised it was just for a while. They promised a lot. Photos trickled in at first. Beach sunsets, smiling faces, my sister in private uniforms, her arm looped comfortably through my mother's. They looked complete. I learned not to ask questions. Silence became survival. I told myself stories to fill the gaps, that they missed me, that they'd come back when things settled. They never did. What they did instead was live, and I grew up watching from a distance, building something solid out of nothing. Degrees, work, discipline, a life that didn't need them. That's why the call feels wrong. People don't reach back unless something is broken. I don't respond right away. I listen. I observe. Over the next week, more calls come, then messages, polite at first, then desperate. Words like emergency and family start appearing. I investigate quietly. Medical forums, financial records, a mutual acquaintance who still believes blood excuses anything. The truth assembles itself piece by piece. Their dream life collapsed under its own weight. Bad investments, medical bills. My sister moved on, to a marriage, to a life where my parents are suddenly excess baggage. I was never the spare. I was the backup. The realization doesn't hurt. It clarifies. I imagine them rehearsing what to say to me, practicing humility like a foreign language. I wonder if they remember the sound of my voice. I answer on the 8th call. "Hello," I say. My mother sobs immediately. We meet in a small cafe, neutral ground. I choose a seat where the light hits their faces and leaves mine in shadow. They look smaller, older, afraid. My father talks about mistakes. My mother talks about love. Neither says the word abandonment. I let them finish. Then I slide my phone across the table, screen lit, bank balances, loan statements, the exact number they need. "I know," I say calmly, "everything." My mother's hands shake. My father's mouth opens, then closes. "You didn't call because you missed me," I continue. "You called because you ran out of options." Silence drops like a blade. They don't deny it. I tell them I can help. Relief floods their faces so quickly it's almost obscene. Then I tell them the cost. No money, no forgiveness, just truth. I ask them to admit, out loud, why they left me, why it was easier to erase one child than disrupt the comfort of the other. My mother breaks. My father stares at the table like it might swallow him whole. They confess. Every word lands softly and cuts deep. I stand when they finish. "I didn't come here to save you," I say. "I came to see if you were worth saving." I block their numbers before I reach the door. I walk home alone. The city hums. People pass me without knowing what I've just buried. I feel lighter, not because I won, but because I finally stopped hoping. They gave me nothing when I needed everything. Now I give them exactly what they taught me. Absence. I don't look back. I never do.